thing. He said he's opening the state to 100%, but it'll be up to each individual, like bar or restaurant or whatever, as to whether they would require masks at this point. Look, I'm just thankful he opened it up. It should have been done 2 or 3 months ago,
Amen.
Quite honestly, because when Fox 35 broke that story in Orlando about all the labs being, cooking the books, he's got the proof. This is the part where I was warning that he needs to go on national television because the whole country's coming down on Florida right now. And he had the proof in his hands when Fox 35 broke the story. That's when he should have taken the fight to him right there and opened the state at that point. However, I'm thankful he's done it. Hopefully it's not too late. We'll see, because 60% of these businesses, they're saying, from COVID that have gone under aren't coming back.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So this is this is the thing. I went into a restaurant here over in Tarpon Springs, me and my wife, and we just went to the bakery side of it, and went into this place we've been going into for years. Now the governor's already opened the state up, and they said, well, we can't serve you, and there was only 2 people in there, 6 feet apart. It's like, we can't serve you unless you have a mask on. You have to go outside, take a number, place your order, and then we'll bring it to you. It's like, are you kidding me? Did you not just hear the governor just opened the state up? Seriously? And so these are the kinds of things that these restaurants are not helping themselves if they want to keep their clientele, because I'm not going back.
No,
I've been going there for years. Yeah. So I'm not going back. And this lady was a Nazi about it, quite honestly. And she wasn't very nice about it. And so, these are the kinds of things that people have to understand, that if you're going to open your place up, get rid of the masks, because the masks are unconstitutional. The CDC has lied to us from day one. Fauci and Birx are about as evil as they can get. We all know that there's a demonic plan behind all of this. And so, it's just one of those things, Chris, where you hope people would just be smart enough when the governor opens it up, open it up.
Amen.
You know what I mean? We've got some trouble down here in St. Petersburg right now, where Black Lives Matter and Antifa were trying to mess with people eating outside of restaurants near the streets. They were trying to tip over tables, whatever. And so tonight I get a video where the Patriots have had enough, and now they're going through the streets cleaning it up because St. Petersburg Police Department ain't nowhere to be found, bro.
It's interesting.
Isn't that something?
That's amazing. Mark?
The cops are nowhere to be found, and the Patriots are taking matters into their own hands, which is what I was warning about.
We've warned about that. We've warned about that. And
you have to be careful. Look, I agree. Look, as long as there's no violence, you clear the streets, that's fine. But you have to be careful. You got to be careful.
But, Mark, if something happens, I don't blame the Patriots. I blame those mayors.
No,
I blame the
leadership
and the leadership.
I blame the police department.
Yes.
For not acting.
Yeah.
Now, I had a conversation with a law enforcement friend of mine, and we were talking about this. We just saw a video of a woman being tased at a football game.
Yes.
For not wearing a mask, and we had another incident there that went viral. And I thought, if I was a cop right now, I would be raising so much cane, because those cops are making the good ones look bad.
I'll agree.
You know what I mean?
I'll agree.
And so we started talking about this. It's in the law enforcement, it's in fire service, and I'm sure it's in the military. And we started talking about this. This is one of the reasons why I got out of the fire service, is because you got these guys, this younger generation, that have no experience. And he said, and we were agreeing on this, he says they get these degrees from college, they come in here with no experience, and all they do is move up the ladder as fast as they can. They go straight up the ladder, trying to gain rank, trying to gain a position of power, and those are the ones that are manipulated into the political stuff. And that is the ones that's obeying these unlawful, unconstitutional orders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's this younger generation that they're pushing the experience out, and they're literally just bringing in whoever they can, whoever's got a degree, and they move up as fast as they can for money and influence is what they're doing it for. I saw it in the fire service from day one.
It's not good, Mark.
And it ruined the fire service. It was ruining ruining law enforcement. These are the guys in the big cities that are being run by the Democrats. They're taking their orders from the hierarchy. And if I was the cops right now, a good cop, I would be denying, say, sorry, we're not enforcing the mask mandate. We've had it happen here in Ocala. The police chief in Ocala, Florida, just said the city council voted a mask mandate. He said, we're not enforcing it. See, that's how you deal with it.
It's
leadership.
You
take a stand.
It's leadership.
It's leadership.
Absolutely.
You take a stand.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I saw that same video. I actually posted it, and it was. And again, we're totally blue. I've been wearing this for a solid week now. This is my Blue Lives Matter band that I think a friend of mine up in Pennsylvania, Rosanna Parsons, she's got a t-shirt shop and she sent this to me. Wear it with pride. We're all about back in the blue, Mark. I'm okay. But like you said, that police officer was out of line with that lady. And over a mask. If she'd have been creating a nuisance, if she'd have been drunk, throwing bottles or
totally
cussing, profanity or stuff like that, that's a whole different ball of wax. This was over a mask. And then to watch the lady with him sit there and literally berate her along with him and acted like that, it was so hypocritical because they had their mask on, and it was almost like it was like a group of Nazis trying to carry out somebody. And I didn't see anything she did wrong. And some people said, well, she tried to reach for his baton. Folks, the emotions in this, that's what we've been trying to tell you for weeks. The emotions in our country are high right now.
Yep.
And the Patriots have had it up to here, Mark. And I'm telling you something, when we get it up to here, it's going to be bad. And we've warned these kids, we've warned these movements, we've warned Black Lives Matter, we've warned Antifa, we've warned all of them that if you keep doing this stuff, you're going to bite off something more than you can chew. These are patriots in this country. The same spirit that's in these patriots is the same spirit that was in this country in 1776, Mark.
That's right.
And if we took down a British Empire with a bunch of farmers, peasants, and preachers, let me tell you something. This little bunch of punks is not going to be even nothing but just like a gnat on a summer day that we flip off our face, because these kids, every one of them, if you notice, whenever they get arrested, they always run like little girls. They're like a bunch of sissies once they're confronted. And, it's like the old saying in elementary school. I watched this, and I know you did too through the years. The playground bully is only a bully until he gets punched back. The bully is a bully to you, but once you punch him one good time in the nose, you watch that bully. He all of a sudden leaves you alone. And Mark, I don't want to see us have to punch back at these kids, but I'm telling you, if the law enforcement don't step in, brother, and be law enforcement, that's coming, Mark, and it's not going to be it's not going to be a good scene in this nation. It's just not, brother.
And the problem is that the good cops are the ones out there suffering. And it's like, look, you guys got a bad enough job as it is already, and now you're allowing these bad cops, and it's not that they're allowing, but you know what I mean, is that you got these bad cops out there that are making their job 10 times worse, because when that stuff goes viral, what do you think's happening? The anger towards the cops keep going up and up and up. And the good cops ought to be coming down and putting pressure on these guys, even if they're from a different department right now, you know what I mean? And denouncing that stuff, whatever it is, whatever it takes to stop this mess. Now, why are we wearing the mask to begin with? We all know it's a control thing, right? It's a control and manipulation tactic from the enemy from day one. They've known this. The CDC has known this. Now, what do you think about a preacher that would require or would ask you to wear your mask coming into a church?
I wouldn't go to that church. I can tell you right now, I wouldn't go to that church. Go ahead, though.
We just had a prayer march on the National Mall, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
We had thousands of people. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is out in the open, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Right here, all right, is a man from Franklin Graham's ministry telling people Franklin Graham is requesting you to wear your mask. Look at this. This is what he's saying. I can't play it over the air where they can hear it, but you get the gist of it right there. Okay.
Look at that. That's ridiculous.
All right.
That's ridiculous.
He's literally pointing at people saying Franklin Graham's requesting you to wear, or asking you to wear your mask, whatever it was he was saying. And it's like, what's wrong with this picture? Again, it's all about control. It's all about manipulating the people. This is what this is all about. And please don't send me nasty emails about Franklin Graham and how great his ministry is. This is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about why would you require a mask? And please don't tell me I don't care about the laws of D.C. The fact of the matter is, you had how many thousands of people there? Nobody should have been wearing a mask.
Nobody should have been.
Arrest all of you.
But why would Franklin?
This is where they should be taking a stand right now.
Why would Franklin Graham even suggest it, though? Why? Go ahead. Do you have any idea of that?
No, I don't have the answer to that.
I got a little idea.
Come on, brother. Let me have it.
I just lay it.
SmackDown.
This is SmackDown. And I know Dr. Ednan Graves may be listening, but I encourage you to go back and listen to our Thursday night show with Dr. Ednan Graves, because it seems that this witchcraft spirit is being promulgated across this country. And before you start trashing us about saying something about Franklin Graham, go watch the video, folks. That's pathetic. You know what I would have done, Mark? that's one reason, and I made this comment yesterday. A lot of these movements, a lot of these prayer movements, see, that to me, that's not even a prayer movement anymore. When you start forcing people to wear masks, what statement are you making?
That's control and manipulation, Chris.
And that's witchcraft, Mark. That's
Thank you.
witchcraft. And folks, let me tell you something. We said it, Mark said about a month ago, month and a half. A lot of these evangelical leaders, and I don't know if Franklin Graham was in on that call, but I tell you what, Deborah Birch sure was talking to a bunch of pastors in this country about
Let's talk
the
about that for
safety.
a second.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about that for. Go ahead. No,
No. I mean,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, they were getting indoctrinated by the most evil woman in this country right now that has been doing nothing but being the carrier for China and the water carrier for the left and the water carrier for the Dems and all these anarchists and these tyrannists and all these people that are trying to shove tyranny down our throats. But folks, let me tell you something out there, and I'll just say it without blinking. If a church is requiring you to wear a mask, you need to get out of that church right now. I'd never go back to that church in a million years. And when they lift the mask mandate and their little social clubs call you on the phone and say, well, we really been missing you at church, that's when you tell them how you feel about what you did and how you cowered down to a mask mandate that you gave into the 501c3 pressure, and we don't want anything to do with it.
Yep. Okay.